What the fuck is up, friends? Welcome to Bread and Circuses. We're a day late with the episode. Actually, probably two by the time you're seeing this.
What can we say, dude? Facebook outage, dude.
Yep, that's right. I was gonna kick it off with that anyway. The world has ended. Facebook down for 7 hours, and we're supposed to believe it was a server glitch.
That's our story, and we're sticking to it.
Yep, nothing to do with the whistleblower that was on 60 Minutes last night.
Dude, I didn't even know about that. You got to tell me about that because I didn't hear shit about 60 Minutes, man.
Well, certainly the Facebook algorithm's not gonna push that to the top.
Definitely not.
Like when I remember there was a guy that got arrested in Omaha he was delivering papers for the Omaha World Herald, and he left his kid in the hot car while he was going to this apartment complex to deliver papers. Well, every news outlet in the city picked that story up except one. You want to guess which one that was?
Which one?
The Omaha World Herald.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
I was like, the Omaha World Herald is, they don't really report. I think they just kind of like copy paste like articles off like Wow T, like Channel 7 and Channel 8, and then they just like, nope, this is mine now. Yeah, because nobody actually reads this shit.
Yep, no, that's literally what they do because they get and then they charge you for it. Like the fucking jackasses they are. Everyone else gives it for free, and then Omaha World Herald's like, sorry, you need to pay $2.99 a month for this article. You know what? Honestly, what these companies should start doing, these newspapers that are dying, obviously no one's going to pay a monthly subscription to get a paper, right? Nobody that's above 70 or younger than 70. I
would only pay a monthly subscription for any kind of journal thing if it was like something that was hyper specific. Yeah. And I was like a fucking worker in the field or something. Yeah. I had a lot of expendable income.
You needed to. Yeah. It was something you needed for like a job. I remember like high school assignments required us to subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. I'm like, what?
Really?
I'm in fucking high school. I don't have money for this bullshit.
Yeah. I was going to say high school kids don't have money for that.
What they should do is they should offer the monthly subscription where you get unlimited access or whatever. Or they could be like, if you want to read this full article, pay us 23 cents. I feel like a lot of people, like myself included, I would pay 23 cents to read specific articles small amounts of change to read specific articles that interested me. But yeah,
one thing that always gets me is I like to read Forbes, actually, because I think Forbes is actually a pretty good journal source.
They're not bad, yeah.
Yeah. But they always get me because I always have my ad block up. Yeah. So they're always like, no, you need to turn that off. And I'm like, I don't want to.
Fuck you. Yeah, no shit. Anyway, sidetracked. Holy ADHD. So CBS News, Facebook whistleblower, right? That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Is it a guy or girl? Or
it's a woman. She has a very manly chin, but it's a woman. Here you go. Whistleblower's SEC complaint, and there were a bunch of other things she covered on this, like the toxic culture and how Facebook pushes things to the top of the algorithm that piss you off, which we already know. We've talked about that.
Yeah, I feel like that's like common knowledge that just hasn't been said officially.
Yeah. Well, so Facebook new platform was used to promote human trafficking and domestic servitude. For the first time, 60 Minutes published whistleblower complaints filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission against Facebook by former employee Frances Haugen. The filings submitted by Haugen's lawyers say our anonymous client, well, not anonymous anymore, is disclosing original evidence showing that Facebook Inc. has for years past and ongoing violated U.S. security laws by making material misrepresentations and omissions in statements to investors and prospective investors, including interior alia through filings with SEC test. That's all legalese. Let me pull it up here. Haugen revealed her identity on Sunday in an interview with 60 Minutes. Thing I saw at Facebook over and over was there were conflicts of interest between what was good for the public and what was good for Facebook, she said. And Facebook over and over again chose to optimize its own interests, like making more money.
Big surprise.
Yeah, I know, right?
My private industry.
Yeah. Among the allegations,
libertarians are fucking
That's right. That's right.
Money.
Among the allegations of the SEC filings are claims that Facebook and Instagram were made aware in 2019 that the platforms were being used to promote human trafficking and domestic servitude. The filings also allege Facebook failed to deploy internally recommended or lasting countermeasures to combat misinformation and violent extremism, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, so the trafficking thing, it was kind of under the radar. Like I felt like that
when
was a
when it
lot
comes
bigger than they made it seem.
when it says domestic servitude, is that like mail order brides? Like basically
I
the
think
fancy term for that?
that's essentially, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Facebook from like the Philippines and Thailand and shit.
dude, Twitter is terrible with that too. Twitter like refused to take down obvious kiddie porn because they said it didn't violate the terms of service. I'm like, dude, even like 8chan will take kiddie porn down. Like, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
4chan does too.
Yeah, like what the Twitter that doesn't violate, what does then? Like
My
what?
private industry.
Yeah, no,
As long
hey,
as they're not hurting anybody.
that's right, man. That, you know, I'm not even gonna say it because it's gonna get taken as a clip and used against me in the future. So nope, not even gonna say it. But
you'll say it in a comedy show, but not on the
I
podcast.
might. Well, here's my thing: if I say something on stage, anyone that's gonna think I was being serious about that is someone whose opinion I don't care about because it's a person I don't respect. So fuck them. You know, what are you going to do?
Chank, what,
Uyghur. He's going to fight Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I was going to say, did we cover that on last week? I don't remember if we did or not. Yeah.
This is new. So Chank, reasonable discussion.
The Turkish Chad.
Yep, the Turkish Chad. Let me see.
Chank, the Armenian genocide was made up.
Yeah, the guy that says the Armenian now apparently he went back on it and was like, no, I don't think that the Armenian genocide was a fraud or whatever. And then like
he's just like, but come on, man, 6 million, like
yeah, but no, but like since then he's been asked to or he's been asked again and he like won't answer it. So he's I mean, I don't
like in all seriousness, he could deny the Armenian genocide all he wants. Like I don't like.
No, that's his right. It's just I'm not gonna think you're a legitimate broadcaster.
I'm not gonna think he's intelligent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
because he's willfully ignoring fucking all the evidence that was suggest. You know,
it's
like
the
first-hand accounts.
Yeah, it's the same thing as denying the Holocaust, man. Like you have a right to do it, but I think you're a retard if you do it. Like, yeah, basically, it's essentially that. Like,
but come on, man, 6 million. That's a little high. Come on, man.
Yeah, no shit. Well, so Chank is like, he said that he could win because he's bigger than Rogan in a fight.
Joe Rogan's like 250 pounds of like all muscle.
Well, he's not too fit. Well, so like everyone talks about Joe Rogan being like a manlet, but like he's like 5'8", which is below average, but that's not
that's not that short. Yeah.
No,
it's like shorter, but I mean, like,
yeah, it's not like a midget. Like everyone everyone's like, oh, Joe Rogan's a manlet. So I looked up his height. It said like 5'8", 5'9". I'm like, that's not huge.
5'3" is like, it's like running backs in the NFL that are 5'8", 5'9", dude.
Yeah, like that's far from. I think it's just because they don't like him. But yeah, let me see. Let me see if I can find the tweet. Someone.
It's like Caleb, your camera just. Oh, there we go.
Back on.
Yeah,
we're good. Okay, cool.
We'll just edit that out.
It was probably focusing in. Everything's good though.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a new camera, everybody. I'm learning the ropes of it. It's a lot more expensive. There's a lot more buttons than the old one I had. This one,
I don't think you guys can tell that Caleb's wearing makeup now, can you?
Yeah, I know, right?
You guys leave us a comment if you guys can tell.
It's like if I have like a piece of lettuce on my beard from fucking dinner tonight, you'll be able to see it on this camera.
You can see all his pores.
Yeah, no shit. But yeah, so so you'll notice it's a little bit dark in my picture. I'm working out the details on that. I'm trying, like I said, dude, this camera's got like the last camera had like 4 buttons on it. This one's got like 40. So like I'm trying to figure everything out.
That last camera was like, it was like a nice camera, don't get me wrong, but it was definitely like the quality of like dad making home movies.
Yes.
Like 10 years ago.
Dad making home movies. Yeah.
Isn't bad. It was not a bad camera by any means, but this is like professional quality.
Yeah, this is like a legit camera. Like it's like and dads don't even make home movies on cameras now. They use their iPhones.
They do it on their phones.
Yeah, dude, I got the new fucking iPhone, and like, let me tell you, that camera is ridiculous.
Is it like, as good as the one you have right here?
It's not as good as this one, but it's not far off.
Really?
Like, it's not. Crazy, no, man. It's really not. And
camera quality from me jumping from like an 8 to an 11 was like fucking ridiculous.
Oh
man.
Because I had an 8, and it was just going to shit. and I'm like, I got to get rid of this. Like, it's getting to a point where it doesn't even charge. And
Yeah.
I was gonna go get the 12, and they're like, well, if you wait a week, the 13 will be here, and we're gonna give them out for basically for free. It's like $20 a month. Or
what do you have
whatever.
to do? Give them a fucking testicle or something?
No, I just trade my old phone in.
Damn,
They had like a special going on. If you trade in the 8s, you get the new one. So,
dude, I swear, like I always go and get a new phone like a month or like 2 weeks before like the next generation.
that's what I almost did. I almost went and got the 12. I held out and I'm like, I'm gonna play like brain surgeon with the charging cable and get it to stick in the right way and just put up with it for another 2 weeks. I do the same fucking thing. I always get it right before the new one comes out. Yeah. And it's infuriating.
It is infuriating because they're like the same price when they first come out. Like,
yep, they're no different. Like, you seriously, dude, the 12 price would drop now, but it's the 13 is the same amount as the 12 was. So it's like,
so you have a 13 then?
Yeah, I got the 13.
What's like the new other than the camera? What's like the newer features of it from the 12?
Supposedly the screen, it like refreshes faster.
Yeah. I remember another big thing about upgrading from the 8 to the 11 was the CPU power, because like I would put up Snapchat, it'd take like 10 seconds to just fucking start letting me do shit on it.
I mean, from the 8 to the 13, there's a ton of shit. From the 12 to the 13, I don't really know. It's got
100 cameras now.
Yeah, no,
it looks like a fly's segmented eyes on the back. Yeah,
look at that. That's fucking insane. Like, but I mean, the camera's obviously better. The camera's a little bit better. The battery supposedly lasts longer. Well, I don't know, man. Like, the battery's great so far. I'll leave the thing in all day, and like I work from home, so I'll watch movies like
awesome.
Stream all day, and I'll be at 50% by 5 o'clock.
That's the thing I hate about the 11. The 11 has not a very good battery for its processing power, and everything's really good, but its battery sucks. I might go get it replaced to get like a better battery in it if you can. I don't know, but
yeah, you can go to like Best Buy or something. They'll do it for you for like $40
and void the warranty.
Yep. No shit. Yeah, no shit. Well, I mean, Apple, they'll just team up with Joe Biden and steal pictures of my guns and shit. Dude, did you hear about the fucking, oh my God, it was an NSA agent. The FBI raided her house because she had been using their metadata collection thing. She was in that department, and she had stolen like over 3 million pictures of men's genitalia.
Hell yeah,
like from spying on text messages. She had stolen over 3 million dick pics.
That's a lot of dicks, dude.
I know. How could you fit that many dicks in one like, how big is her computer that she's got like 3 million images on it?
I mean, you can guess a pretty big storage anymore, man. Pics aren't that big, but
you have to go out and buy it. Like,
I wonder if she had to make
a concerted effort.
What's that? I wonder if she had a preference. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
3 million, man.
Yeah, does she only get like one fucking color or something? She's got 3 million black dicks.
She's like, I only like black uncircumcised penis. Like, that's all I'm into. Okay.
There's definitely 3 million of those, at least
in
the US. There's definitely 3 million. That's, I mean, what population?
3 million that have sent pictures, though.
Definitely, guys always be doing that shit.
They are. They never dude. What I've always wanted to do, maybe we can find one to interview. I'd like to speak with the guys that like send women unsolicited dick pics and ask what's going.
Interview right here, dude. Yeah. Nah, just kidding.
So why did you do that?
I think it's like they have like a what's the word I'm trying to think of, like where you the not expedition or whatever, kind of like that, like, you know what I mean, like they like to put on a show, basically.
Voyeurism?
Like kind of like the people that like to fucking flash with trench coats, you know what I mean?
Oh shit, what's that called? Exhibitionists.
Yeah, exhibitionists. Yeah, it's kind of like some exhibitionism.
It turns them on to just be fucking weird.
Maybe, yeah. They're probably like, she didn't want to see this dick.
Because there ain't no woman that wants to see that, you know what I mean? Like, not unless they ask you for it, you know, like unsolicited, they don't want to see that shit. I remember I had a friend who got a text one time. It was an unsolicited dick pic, and it was this guy. It was like a sext. he was sending it to this girl who had given him her number, and she'd given them just a made up number. And it happened to be my friend's. And he's like showing me the conversation. He was like, and like we're like 19, 20 at the time. And he replies to him, he's like, who the hell is this? And the guy goes, it's so-and-so. You gave me your number at the bar or whatever. And he goes, are you kidding me? This is my 14-year-old daughter's phone. I'm on the phone with the FBI right
now. Damn, man. I don't know. Like, dude, you can't. Come on, man. If this guy's listening, do not start with that, dude. That's
never start with it. If she asks for it, fucking knock yourself out, whatever. But don't start with that.
If you're sending the first text, she ain't asking for it, man. Like,
no, yeah, she definitely didn't ask for it. Like,
yeah, here's the kicker on that. It wasn't even his dick. He just was like,
it's probably what he found on Google Images.
Yeah,
women do that too. It's like, I mean, so why wouldn't a dude do that?
Like, are you sure this is you? This is clearly a Latino man.
It's like you were not black when we were at the bar.
I don't remember you being black.
Was it Mark Sibbett has a joke about that? He's like, people tell me I look like Samuel L. Jackson. He's like, I'm not black. It's just my penis. Or he's like, it's just when I pull my pants out. He's like, it's not even big. It's just black. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's fucking funny, dude. I like Mark Sibbett, man.
I know. I haven't seen him much lately. We did the 9/11 show.
Yeah, how'd that go with him, by the way?
Sibbett,
I know you talked about it before, but I don't think you ever talked about how a lot of the other comedians did.
With the protesters? No, we didn't get protested. There were people in the scene who were unhappy that we put that show on. And I'm just like, well, it sold tickets, so
it's not a fucking union, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be union approved. Like,
it's not like we go through a fucking committee, you know what I mean?
You guys are being scab comedians.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, like it's just so fucking stupid. Like, who cares, man? It's a joke. Like, obviously, like, you can tell when something comes from a place of hate and when it's a joke, and it's clearly just a joke.
I mean, there's people that enjoy that kind of comedy too. Yeah, so it's like,
shock humor. You don't have to go.
Give them what they want to laugh at. You know what I mean? You know, if you're advertising this is going to be shock humor.
Yeah,
you go to it anyway. It's like watching a fucking snuff film when you know it's going to be a snuff.
When
film,
you know what it's it's like watching a Serbian film. Like,
it's
after
like,
reading the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
We should go now. We get algorithm. I was gonna say we should call it snuff film comedy.
Snuff film comedy. That's a pretty cool name, though.
That would be a cool. I feel like we'd get algorithm though.
You could probably name a show that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just thinking for advertisement sakes, we'd get shot down.
Do they do? You could probably do it like have like an end of the year one be like 21's like last snuff film or something. That'd be kind of cool. Cool progress or premise.
We're taking December off and then jumping back into it in January. But cool. We're talking about doing another strip club show. So
that'd be funny, man.
It's fun, man. No, because like the strip clubs are cool because we get paid off the bar, right? And the bar and the strip club. So the show is downstairs. It's not upstairs with the strippers. It's an entirely different name. It's the hangout.
Do the strippers go and watch the show at all?
Sometimes they'll go down, and people come and go, but everyone has to go downstairs to get the bar, to get to the bar. So we are paid off the bar. So the bar's always going to make money. You know, even if we're performing in front of 12 people, we're going to get paid. Like that. That's what's cool about it. So that's why
I know. I've only been to a strip club like twice, but if I went down to go get a fucking mixed drink or something at the bar, and I was like, oh, dude, they're doing comedy here. It is fucking cool. I'd like sit there and watch it for a little bit for sure.
Yeah, no, and that's what guys were doing. You're not missing much. They're not. I remember I was 9. No, I must have still been 18. When the last person because in Nebraska you got to be 21 to go to a strip club, right?
Really?
Yeah. So Iowa,
it's only 18 down here.
Yeah. Nebraska, it's 21 and they can't show nudity. Iowa doesn't give a fuck. You can still be a senior in high school as long as you're 18. And the strippers, yeah, they don't got to wear clothes.
That's how El Paso is. There's fucking full everything down there. So
it's not it's not Tom Osborne calling the shots down there. So
yes,
corpse of Tom
Iowa
Osborne.
Hawkeyes, fucking strippers.
Yeah. So the last person in our group turned 18. Our group from high school, we all went to the strip club together. And I remember there was this kid in our group, and you could just look at our group and you could tell this guy was the baby, right? Like this guy, he never had a girlfriend, anything like that. And maybe he had one, but so this stripper smelled blood in this kid.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
So she came over, she did the rates for private dances. She's like, it's $75 per song, blah, blah, blah. But if you do 3 songs, we'll only charge you $200. We knock 25 off the third. This dude goes back to this room with her, and I shit you not, he does not come out for 7 songs.
Damn, man. It's like 3 car payments.
Dude, that's like rent. Like that's so fucking. He's 18. He didn't give a shit. He had just graduated high school, and he had just had his birthday. So he had, for a high school kid, stupid money, and it all went to this stripper. The graduation money that's supposed to pay for your laptop to go to college with.
That sucks, dude.
You spent it on some fucking methadone addicted whore, and it's like
that's that. No, they're not whores, but we still disrespect them.
They're not whores, but we still don't respect them. That's I'm sorry, my bad. Excuse me.
That's the tier higher than them.
They're slightly. Well, so the way I look at it in terms of most to least respectable, you got strippers as the most, right? In terms of sex work, right? Unless you're going to include masseuses, then masseuses.
Would you include online, like those Twitch thoughts and stuff on the same tier as them?
I was getting to that. So are we talking Twitch thoughts or OnlyFans thoughts?
I would put like Twitch thoughts at a tier above them because they don't actually have any physical contact.
Yeah.
And also, you could watch that shit for fucking free. You don't have to pay anything for it. So
if we're going to do that, then we'll put masseuses at the top.
Yeah.
And then Twitch thoughts.
Not all masseuses are fucking gonna give you a fucking blowjob, though.
And then after Twitch thoughts, then strippers, then I think prostitutes in the traditional sense. And at the very bottom is OnlyFans because there's no work involved and you're still being a hoe. So
really, I'd put OnlyFans probably on the same level as strippers because it's like.
I'm just being an asshole, man.
I think they're on the same level.
All that shit on the dime.
We're adjusted. We're shifting fire here.
Y'all can't call us incels either. Like I have a live-in girlfriend. He has a kid. So
I have a kid. I have proof that I've had sex. Proof
he's had sex. Like I guess you could assume, like you could take a poorly educated guess and assume I haven't had sex, but like I'm not Mormon, so.
Bring her in right now.
Live show.
Live on the camera.
Speaking of OnlyFans.
Yeah, you think I'm an incel?
You think I'm a fucking incel?
I'll show you right now.
Dude, that's what I'm waiting for, some dude. Because there's dudes that like make sex tapes on their phones and shit. I'm waiting for some dude to get called an incel and be like, oh really? Just share the video. As a reply. What do you call this? They couldn't respond. He got you. He's not an incel. He provided video evidence. What are you gonna do?
It's fucking doctored up. It's not you.
It's fake. Yeah.
You imagine somebody goes through that much fucking length. They like
to prove CGI, they're not an incel.
CGI their own dick in there, like.
just to prove they're not an incel to people on the internet. Well, the only response they would have then would be to just tag a group, because that's mostly, it's either call you an incel or tag a group. That seems to be the feminist go-to.
Yeah, and incel is like the fucking, like, dude, it's like the physical assault equivalent of like getting fucking like flicked on the earlobe lightly. You know what I mean? Like it's ooh, you called me an incel, like.
Yeah, no shit. That's literally it. It's like it's such an overused term. You can't call everyone like that. They call everyone that disagrees with them on anything an incel. Like some guy called me an incel because I was against gun control. And I'm like, what the fuck do those two things have to do with each other? Like, what? He's like, shut the fuck up, incel. I'm like,
you only want to have guns so you can rape people.
Yeah, that's well, yeah, but I'm just like what do those two things have to like? What does a gun have to do with being an incel, man? Like, what are you getting at here? I feel like it's a lot of, especially when men say it, I feel like it's a lot of self-projection. You know what I mean?
Probably.
And my thing with the incel argument when it comes from women is it's like, number one, like it's not a real argument or it's not a real insult.
It's just ad hominem is all it is.
Like, it is, but like it doesn't offend people because like when you know you're not an incel, especially people like myself that are in a committed relationship, or people that have children of their own, when you call them an incel, it's like, well, clearly I'm not. Like, you know, like you might as well call me the N-word. I'm white. Like it's gonna have like it mean the same thing to me. Like what the fuck are you even talking about?
Yeah,
like,
right.
You know, I've experienced a real woman. The opinion of a thought matters nothing to me. Like, you know, and it's like, and the second thing is you really out yourself because you show that like when you go to insult for anyone that you dislike or that disagrees with you is, oh, you're an incel. It shows that you value sex above all else. And it kind of lends credence to that argument.
Also, it kind of outs yourself as like one of that guy, you know what I mean? Like that guy that calls fucking people incels, you know what I mean?
Girl. Yeah. Well, mainly women, but like the men, no, I'm talking about the women. The men that call people incels are the incels. That's like, those are the nobody wants me because I'm a nice guy.
I don't know. You know, I don't necessarily always equate it to being an celibate because, or involuntary celibate. Because like, I don't know, those to me are the kind of guys that just like get into a relationship with a girl and like let him fucking walk all over them. The cucks, basically, like without actually doing cuckoldry. But maybe I don't fucking know. That was there was a funny thing that happened in one of my political science lectures one time where like the professor was up there going like, oh yeah, if you're in a committed relationship with somebody and she catches you making out with another girl, she's gonna get mad, right? And then a bunch of people were like, not necessarily.
What? What the fuck?
No, you know, I can't judge, you know what I mean? Fucking
I just got told my internet connection is unstable.
Really?
We didn't even say anything about Jean.
Oh, dude, she's hearing the incel thing. No, she's hearing the Facebook thing. She's definitely getting money from Facebook. That's how they open those offices in Omaha. She's taking fucking money.
And they're sending, and they're paying her for all the contracts and shit. Yep, that makes sense.
Don't you live pretty close to the Facebook offices too?
Yeah, probably. Oh, Jean's probably a little bit closer to me than the Facebook offices, but yeah.
She's
the Facebook actually, the Facebook offices I think are actually in Papillion. They're not in the Omaha city limits.
Are they?
Yeah, but
I thought they were out by Springfield.
They might be. I don't know. I don't even know what Omaha city limits are anymore. I just
know, man.
If I'm all of it's Omaha to me. If I'm south of Harrison, I cannot have a drop of wine in my body, and I cannot go a mile over the speed limit, or I'm going to jail. Like that's what I've learned, and it's like
Omaha's like LA to me. Like the whole city's fucking Omaha, dude. If you go across the street and you're in a different city, like nah, bro, you're in Omaha.
Well, it's like I mean, every major city is like that. Like Chicago, Detroit, New York. They all have like Houston. Austin,
Omaha's like the ninth. It's like the 19th or 18th biggest city in the U.S. Like it's a big city. There. It's higher. It's bigger than Miami.
No way.
Yeah, it's bigger than Miami.
Bigger than my like population or like square footage.
No, like entire metro area. Yeah, it's bigger than Miami.
Let me look. Miami population.
I know. I looked that up.
Oh, it is. Oh my
god. There's a bunch of like professional sports teams that are in markets that are smaller than Omaha.
Yeah, Green Bay, Milwaukee. I knew places like that, but like you're right, Miami.
I think like even a bunch of the Florida cities. I think Tampa is the same way.
Yeah, well, Florida's like one of those. Yeah, Omaha's got more, not just in the metro, but just in the general like city limits. Omaha's like 20,000 more. Mm-hmm. Tampa, Florida's weird because it's got like a bunch of cities the size of Omaha or bigger. You know what I mean? So like that's where the market is because they all travel. They're not far from each other. So you have Jacksonville, you have Miami, you have Orlando, you have Tampa. You have St. Petersburg, you have Clearwater. Like there's just a ton of cities that are around that Omaha size. and it just adds up, and you like 20 million people or some shit like that.
Plus, they don't have any state taxes, so
and you have no state taxes.
So that's
boomers.
I've always looked at that like, and apparently Tom Brady too. But.
Well, it's where old people go when they're ready to retire is Tampa, so he's on par.
But, yeah, that's one of the things I've like looked at when I'm like, man, why doesn't Omaha have any like major pro sports teams, man? They have like
taxes.
I don't think it's taxes, man. Like, I mean,
is it proximity to Kansas City? Maybe.
I think so. I think that's what it is because Kansas City's like the bigger brother to Omaha, but it's like Kansas City only has like 200,000 more.
No, Kansas City's smaller than us too.
Really? Since when? I thought they were like 300,000 bigger.
Let me Google it just to make sure I'm not talking out my ass. But yeah, I'm like, Kansas City population is 486. They have 10,000 more than us.
Yeah, so it's really wow, dude. It used to be a lot more.
Yeah, I know. It's about.
I know Omaha's been growing, man. I'm telling you, like. Fucking NBA team or something needs to relocate there, dude.
I'd be cool with an NBA team. Yeah, I always make them when I play 2K.
Well, they already have the fucking man. We go back to this all the time. They already got the fucking stadium there, like, or they got the arena.
CenturyLink. I know the link.
What's the links?
It's the CHI now.
Oh, I still call it the Quest Center, dude. Like,
yeah, I know it was tough to call it that, and they got used to CenturyLink, and then but yeah, so they brought it back, or they changed it to the CHIs. I think they're changing it again, or they already did.
I heard they did, yeah.
Because like somebody was in from out of town, and they had a heart attack, and they took an Uber to the nearest hospital, and they were staying downtown, and they took them to the arena.
Rip.
Could you imagine having a fucking heart attack? And you get dropped off at a
heart attack. We're going to fucking Monster Jam.
Yeah, we're going to Monster Jam. It's like, hey, you're having a heart attack. All right, how about the Eagles?
Yeah, there's always a ton of boomer concerts down there, like fucking Jonas Joplin or whatever. Yeah, like, that kind of shit.
Yeah, just imagine dying and fucking you could take it. That was actually something I was working in my stand-up for a little bit. I'm like, could you imagine dying of a heart attack and being dropped off at Imagine Dragons?
Dying to some Sammy Hagar, dude. Yep. Hell yeah, brother.
Sammy Hagar. Gee, yeah, the boomer, late Gen X or early Gen X rock. You know, there's been worse though.
What is the max occupancy of the arena formerly known as the Quest Center?
I think it's like 12.
Only 12, really?
It's not
most NBA arenas have like 18 capacity, don't they?
That's why. Let me make sure again.
They could probably just renovate it to make it bigger. No.
Let me see. All I know is CHI House. 17,000.
Oh yeah, that's NBA size.
Okay.
That's
I thought
it
was less than that.
Yeah, that's an NBA arena size.
But like my thing is like I always love when I go there to like concerts like that and like arenas, which I don't do often, and you see people just piss drunk. And I'm like, dude, how are you getting drunk at $9 a beer? Like, what are you doing right now? Like, how did you?
Most of the time I see it's girls, and it's because other guys are buying them drinks.
Or they're pre-gaming.
Yeah, or they're pre-gaming.
Or they hit the bars outside.
And, they get their water bottle is filled with fucking vodka, and they snuck it in. Like,
I will say that when we were in Vegas, my girlfriend took me in public knowledge, so you haha laugh, whatever. My girlfriend made me go to the Jonas Brothers concert. And I was like, well, if I'm going to go to the Jonas Brothers concert, I am going to be sloshed. So it was at MGM. So it's not
most of the fans of Jonas Brothers now are like Mia's age.
Our age, yeah. So it's not like we're with a bunch of little girls or whatever. But so like our seats were like right by the exit, and I could just dip out whenever I wanted to get beer. So I was just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like I was fucking lit. And it was like I was like, and I was that one guy, because like Vegas has a mask mandate. I was that one guy that was not wearing a mask in the
course you were.
Yeah, I was at what's that picture? It's like how I feel at Walmart without a mask, and it's like the lion with all the sheep.
God damn it, dude. Basically. It's also a Jonas Brothers concert.
Yeah, I know.
So all the other guys there were soy boy.
I was the alpha male at the Jonas Brothers concert. That's the title for the episode: the alpha male at the Jonas Brothers concert.
The Chad. The virgin girlfriend accompanier and the Chad fucking public intoxicator.
Well, so I went in there. So there was at one point during that concert, I went in to the bathroom and I wiped out on the fucking floor because the guy was in there mopping and he didn't have a wet floor sign up. And I thought this was before I had started drinking heavily and I had fallen on my ass. And I was like, dude, what the fuck is the matter with you? I'm like, put the fucking wet floor. Like I cursed the guy out and it was just me and him in there. And it was like this like poor like Eastern European man. And I felt bad because I'm like, this guy's probably like working 3 jobs to feed his 16 kids. I was like, I could go bitch and MGM would comp my entire stay and probably give me a free one next time just so I wouldn't sue them. But I don't want to be an act.
You could have just been a Chad, taught him a lesson, and just peed on the floor.
Pissed on the floor. Mop it up, motherfucker.
This is your punishment right here, big boy. Mop up my piss.
I wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing that like I had cost this dude his job though. Like, you know what I mean? And like his family's out on the street because of me and shit like that. And he should have been responsible. But I'll tell you what, man. After I walked out, I turned around and he just went back to mopping. He didn't put the floor sign up. So I'm like, you know what? I was generous. The next person might not be. So I did what I could.
It's no peed on the floor, dude. What is he gonna say? What is he gonna say? Like, you gonna go get security? It's like, bro, I'm gonna sue you guys.
This is mutually assured destruction.
That's
exactly.
Right.
It's like if you try to rob me at knife point and I rob you at gunpoint, what are you gonna do? Run to the cops? Like what are you gonna do?
I ever tell you that story about my
That's
friend
that
did that to a hooker? Yeah.
Yep. I scared the piss out of Mia one night because I was coming back from the back line downtown and I called her and I'm like, she's like, hello. And I'm like, you're not going to believe what just happened. She goes, what? I'm like, I'm getting into my car and this homeless man comes out of the back alley with a knife and points it at me and says, give me your wallet. And she's like, oh my God, what? Are you okay? What did you? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I pulled my gun out. I said, fuck you. Give me your wallet. Now I got $40 in a homeless dude's wallet. And she's like, you robbed somebody downtown? Like you're going to be on camera? I'm like, I let it go.
I don't know, man. I don't know if they necessarily press charges against you because I don't know, man.
What are you going to do?
If I was a judge, if I was a fucking jury member in that case, dude, I'd be like, dude, this is fucking awesome. Like,
I know. I'd be like, hey, man, you like, everyone walked away even as far as I'm concerned. Like what are you going to do there? Like, it's like
you never know if the guy that you're trying to rob pulls out a gun and rapes you,
Right. Would you rather he killed him? Like he just took his fucking wallet. He would have been justified in killing him, All he did was steal his wallet. I feel like
he could have sexually assaulted him too. You could have like made him take down his pants and dance around or some shit like a monkey,
There was a joke that I was always trying to work on, but I could never figure it out. Like how to make it like an actual joke, but the premise of it was in all 50 states in DC, it's legal to some degree to kill a home invader, right? But in not a single state is it legal to rape them. It's like it's an injustice.
There's the joke, man. Like,
I know. We're good. It's focusing in and out because I still got to figure it out.
There's the joke, man, and you'd be like, and that's a shame.
It's an injustice. Okay. It's an injustice. I had a video on TikTok that got algorithm. They shut it down. It was I was outside a comedy club and I was like, guys, you're not gonna believe it. Like I just saw that Brian Laundrie guy that the news is telling me to look out for at McDonald's, but he paid for my food, so I didn't call the cops.
That reminds me of that story where that one NBA player got robbed at fucking gunpoint or knife point or whatever, and then the guy was like, "Oh man, I can't rob you," and then that guy went and took him out from McDonald's. Like, I don't know who that was, but
have you been following this Brian Laundrie shit?
I know the dog, the bounty hunter, is like fucking on his ass.
Big bad dog is on the trail.
The big bad dog.
Dude, I grew up watching that and Chris Angel Mind Freak.
Is he still married to his wife? That's got like the fucking watermelon-sized titties. Oh my god,
died of cancer, and he got married like 3 months later.
Hell yeah, brother.
6th marriage for dog.
Hell yeah, brother.
He left his honeymoon early. to go look for this Brian Laundrie guy. But I'm like, if you're at your 6th wedding, do you really deserve a honeymoon? Like at that
if you got all the money, dude, I'd take a honeymoon every fucking other month, dude.
We were at a wedding 2 weeks ago and 2 weekends ago, and we went to this. I don't know if you heard of Legends Bar. It was across the street, and there was someone had rented out a the private room next door to hold a wedding reception, and you could very clearly tell
in a bar.
Yes. You could, and they were doing like karaoke, and like you could very clearly tell that this was at least both people's second wedding, probably the third for at least one of them.
Hey, fuck it, dude.
And Mia's brother was like, who holds their reception at Legends? I'm like, let me tell you, man, when you're on your second or third wedding, you don't get an expensive reception. Nobody's paying for that shit. I'm like,
just you get excuse Legends. To get drunk.
Yeah,
like that's.
Yeah, I'm like, you've proven that you can't do it correctly. Why should we trust you and pay for another one, man? You get one of those.
If I ever do a second wedding, man, it's gonna be at somewhere fun. It's gonna be at like a laser tag place or something, man.
Right?
Why can't everybody just have fun on their?
That's what I'm saying. Like, walk out to public service announcement by Jay-Z and like, allow me to reintroduce myself. That's on, like,
do some paintball too.
Yeah.
I now pronounce you husband and wife, and you both grab like paintballs, and you're like fucking everyone's shooting at each other like a John Woo movie, dude. That'd be pretty fucking cool.
That would be fun. That would be fun. I wouldn't get away with that,
dude. How fun would it be, dude? How fun would it be to go get like a cheap ass wedding dress and like like a secondhand one or something, and like a tuxedo from like a Goodwill,
like a thrift store, yeah.
And just fuck it up like that, dude.
Yeah. Well, my friend used to do that. He used to run a haunted house, and he would do that. He would get like wedding dresses from thrift stores and shit like that, and they'd get like fake blood all over it and stuff, and they would doll it up for the haunted house. And yeah, it's kind of fun. But that was the guy. He was the one that like fell into all those quinceañera dresses. And I asked him,
I know
what
you're talking about.
I was like, dude, like he had like 3 like brand new wedding dresses. I'm like, you want to sell those? And like, we'll do like a haunted house thing with them. And he's like, no, we can't do this with brand new wedding dresses. He's like, these are like thousands of dollars each.
That's the same with the quinceañera dress. He's selling them for like $50 a pop. Like,
dude, he was telling me, I remember that because he had him in like a garage, like at his apartment complex. And he's like, dude, I got old Mexican ladies coming in and out nonstop, like all day. He's like, they won't stop coming.
You know how expensive they are at, like if you go to like the mall to get one or something?
Hundreds.
No, it's like $3,500 for like a real fancy one, man.
Jesus.
Really expensive.
My God, that's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, have you seen them? They're like fucking bling the fuck out, man. Like,
yeah, no, they're huge. Yeah, they're fucking, they're ridiculous. I asked Mia one time, I was like, did you get a quinceañera? And she's like, no. She's like, I wasn't Mexican enough.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a lot of Mexican girls that like, it's not even a Mexican only thing. It's like
Spanish thing.
Well, Hispanic, because like Central American, because I don't think they do it in South America, but like I know like El Salvadorians do it, like Guatemalans do it and stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, for sure. That's
they're fun, man.
My mom was talking to her the other day. She's like, how native are you? And she goes, a quarter. She goes, I'm quarter native, quarter Mexican, and half white. And she's like, well, the way my son's stand-up sounds, you'd think you were raised in a teepee.
Dang, your mom got jokes, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, you mind if I add that to mine? So some degree.
No, it depends. It's either she was raised in a teepee or she was raised in like a Pueblo house.
Yeah. Well, so the 9/11 stand-up, I went. There was a large segment on that ethnicity, so that was on the 9/11 show. But yeah, that was fun. We got someone else. Oh, so that was did I talk at all about how I got banned for a year from a certain comedy club for too offensive of a costume last year?
No, but let's finish up on that point. Is it the one I'm thinking of?
It's probably the one you're thinking of.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not surprised then.
Yeah.
At that one, you could have dressed up as like the fucking Tin Man or something.
Yeah,
and it would have been considered too offensive.
Too far. Well, so I went to this show last year around Halloween time. It was a costume show. and I went as Aaron Hernandez. I had the jersey, and then I just put some handcuffs and sweatpants on, right? And Mia did not want to put makeup around my neck like there was a noose there. So I lost that battle. I didn't know how to do it myself. So I just went as Aaron Hernandez. No gun, no noose, no nothing about murder or suicide, nothing like that. Just went as Hernandez. Not only did I go as Hernandez, there was an audience. It was live streamed to the public. Anyone in the world could watch it. And there was an audience there, a live studio audience. And at the end of the show, they sent around ballots and they said, vote for the comic that you thought was the funniest. I won that poll, right? I was told that was too offensive and that I was banned for a year from doing shows there at this place. Obviously, no one else gave a shit, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't have won best comic. Like,
that's show business for you.
Just drop my camera again. That's cool. I'll just roll with audio. I wouldn't know. Can you still hear me?
I can. Just Photoshop like a picture of like fucking
my Aaron Hernandez
like
costume.
Jim Carrey or something in there or something.
Yeah. But so I went I won best performance. And anyway, so we're going through all that fucking all that bullshit. A year later, guess when my ban expires? Just in time for me to do the next costume show.
Well, yeah, a year is Halloween.
So yep. So I'm going and I'm gonna try.
Oh, you definitely got to top it, man.
I know. Like, I'm down two things, right? Number one, and these people don't listen to the show. I'm not fucking worried about it. So number one, I'm gonna go dressed as Bret Michaels, and I'm gonna wear the poison shirt, right?
Why is that offensive?
Just hear me out, because I got to Trojan horse it. I can't just go in there and like wear blackface or some dumb shit like that, right? This has got to be secretly offensive. So I'm going as Bret Michaels. I'll wear the wig and I'll wear the Poison Band concert T-shirt, right? And I'll take the wig off when I get on stage and just have the Poison shirt on and be like, "Hey everyone, I'm the COVID vaccine."
You can go as Hulk Hogan and say the N-word.
What if I went as like COVID, like the virus, and I was just like, yeah, I see people as werewolves and vampires, so I figured I'd keep on the trend of shit that's not real. And it's like,
you could be funnier about that, man. You could be like a hyper specific. You be like, I'm smallpox. Like,
so what? No. So here's my other idea. I'm gonna go in dressed as a tree. Nothing's more benign than a tree, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk in there and be like, hey everyone, I'm a tree from the national park Gabby Petito got murdered in.
Oh my god. That's better.
That one?
I think that's better, dude.
The Gabby Petito one? I agree. I personally agree.
God damn, that's fucking dark.
I think that may be the move. So
oh my god. That's funny as fuck, dude.
And that's how I'm gonna get permanently banned. Good night, everybody.
Probably.
All right.
That's bread and circuses.
We'll close it. Peace the fuck out, guys. See you later.
Can't see Caleb. You can't see Caleb in the camera, so I'll do it.
Like I said, we'll figure the issues out.
I'll do it for Caleb here. This is for
fuck
Caleb.
Yeah, flip it off. All right. Peace out, man. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, later. Deuces, everyone.
Fuck out.